check everything, make sure the pump works and all that. And we need to clean out any kind of cruddies we might have introduced while we were taking all those pipes apart. Alright, so with the fuel tank hung back up in there, I don't have it all completely bolted because what I want to do is check everything before I button everything up, make sure that new fuel pump's working and all that. But we also got to change out this little filter right here. And in case you're looking for it, it sits right there on top of that frame and it hides behind this little plate right here. So what we got to do is get that off there, but my lines are really janky and you can see I cut into it trying to figure out if I had a fuel problem or not. So I got to replace this line and I'm going to replace the other janky little line because it's seen better days too. But normally if you were just doing the filter, all you do is disconnect these two right here and wiggle them off, see if you can get them off there and replace it. But like I say, the hoses are pretty cheap. You got to get the right grade hose though. So you got to get a hose that is rated for fuel. And so like this right here, it's a 30R14T2. And so that's a Gates hose right there. So it's rated for fuel. It's actually for fuel injection. So you got to make sure you get the right hose or else it's just going to harden up and it's going to start leaking. But what I'm going to do, as you can see right here, you can see the easiest way to get these off is to actually just cut the hose and then pull it loose. And you got to get a bucket down here because we're going to get some drips. But you just want to cut the end of the hose. Now, these lines up here, don't let them fool you. They got like a rubber coating on them, so they look a lot bigger than like the 5/16 line, but they're not. It's just a regular old steel line right here with a rubber jacket on it. So all we got to do is get those lines off. Then we'll be ready to take all of this off and put our new filter on. So let me get all that drained out and we'll pop this guy off. Then we'll be ready to put some fuel in this bad boy and see if it misfires or not. Yeah, so I think even for this filter that's been on there forever, the only way you're going to get it off there is to go ahead and cut the line. So I'm just going to cut this line back here where it comes in just like that one. We'll take all this off and replace all this line set right here. So let's get that done. Then we'll have all this thing off. We'll be ready to reinstall our new filter. And there we go. So now we got a new filter on, new hoses, and like I say, it's easier just to cut the hoses and replace them right here with some fuel hose, 5/16 fuel hose, versus trying to get it off the ends of those because those suckers are stuck on there really well and you're probably not going to end up getting them off. So now we just got to put a little cover back on and then we'll put some gas in this thing and go up front and reconnect the battery. Then we're going to break the line free up front and purge any kind of little contaminants we might have got by opening up this fuel system. We'll purge it out up front and then we'll be ready to fire this thing up. Alright, so with some fuel back in the fuel tank, a couple of gallons. Before we button everything up, the last thing we want to do is check everything, make sure the pump works and all that. And we need to clean out any kind of cruddies we might have introduced while we were taking all those pipes apart. So what you got to do is disconnect, and I've already got it disconnected, disconnect the return line right here, and we're gonna put something to catch the fuel right there. And then when I hook the battery back up, it actually ought to purge it for its initial cycle. I can unhook the battery and hook it back up, or I can go in there and turn the key. So let me connect up the battery over here, and then we're gonna see if this thing is gonna pump some fuel. So I heard it come on, but it didn't pump anything. So let me go turn the key on and let's see if this thing is going to pump. Alright, so with one key click we got a little bit primed up there. So now let's click it again and see what comes out. And you can see all that air I introduced come out. So let's do one more click and it should fill up full. Then we can see how much water was actually up inside the system. And there we go. So that looks pretty good. Looks like we got quite a bit of fuel come through. So now let's get this out of the way. And we'll check that in a minute just to see how much more water was in there. Because now we ought to be pumping good fuel. So I'll get this guy connected back up right here. And we'll be in good shape to button up the rest of the stuff on the bottom. And then fire this thing up. Alright, so it looks like we're reading some fuel, a little bit of fuel down there, so let's give it a try and see if this little fella's gonna start. And there we go. We got an airbag blinking and my dash lights won't light up. They don't light up, but looks like we're idling pretty smooth now, so I'll let it warm up a little bit and see if this thing throws the check engine light. So there we go. And also, by the way, we'll look and see just how much water was in those lines that I just drained out when I purged it out of the return loop. Alright, so we've been running for a few minutes here and no check engine light, which is great. And looks like my fuel gauge is reading, so that's good. Although it still shows it needs fuel. I put a gallon in it, and Joker's still asking for fuel. But the motor sounds really good now. Not making any noise at all. And when I throttle it up, there's no hesitation. So I think that may have solved the problem. So let's go over here and look and see just how much more additional water I got out of the line just by purging it right there at the last. So just in case you're wondering how much more additional water was up in the lines after I cleaned everything out of the tank, replaced the filter and all, you can still see that line of water in the bottom. All of that was in the lines headed up to the injector. So good thing we purged all that out, because that water right there would have made it continue to misfire until it finally got all that back out of the tank and got it cleaned up. Well, alrighty, looks like we're in better shape now. We'll move on to our next items for this little truck in getting him roadworthy again. Well, alrighty, well, thanks for watching.